Our first storyteller is Johnson Boyce from DRI.
I'm a generational fisherman. I grew up here on the island, and I never left. There was only one thing I ever wanted to do: fish. I never went to college, even though my dad begged me to, and we butted heads on that for a couple years. But I wasn't going to spend $100 grand going to college when I just wanted to fish. It's in my blood. It's beautiful out on the water, especially on a good day when we're catching lots of lobsters and the price is high. Or on a super calm morning when you're watching the sunrise and you know that you're in charge of everything you're doing, for the most part. My older brother fished until he was 13, and then he was smart enough to stop. My younger brother didn't fish until he was out of school, and now he goes with me. I guess he missed being bossed around by his older brother. I learned everything I know about fishing from my father and grandfather. I remember catching a sculpin in a trap with my dad when I first started going out with him. I was 6 or 7. So I pulled it out of the trap, and I showed my dad, and he says, "Jesus, that thing is uglier than your mother when she first wakes up." My mom would have hated to have been on the boat and hear that. And I know because I told her right when we get home. She was pissed. In middle school, I switched to fishing with my grandfather, Buck, because he needed the help more than my dad did. Or maybe it was because he was paying me more. I'm not sure. Buck was a legend. He hasn't been out lobstering for a couple of years now, but he would always fish really close to shore. And I remember coming home one day and telling my dad that Buck fishes close to shore. My dad said, "Yeah, he does. He's been doing it a long time and he knows where all the rocks are." And I said, "He doesn't know where they all are, because we hit one today." I also have a family of my own. In 2019, I was lucky enough to marry my best friend, Traci. Her and her amazing children taught me, a bull-headed, arrogant fisherman, what truly mattered in life, and that is family. It is each other. I always say they made me a better man, a better husband, and a better father. Traci keeps me out of trouble. Well, except for that one time we went out to Vinyl Haven together for dinner. We lost all our clothes on the way home, and when we got home we broke a bedside lamp. Shattered it. As much as I'd love to talk about that night, I've been sworn to secrecy. If I want to keep sleeping under the same roof as my absolutely beautiful and not at all controlling wife, do not talk about that. But you are all here tonight to hear my secret, and I can tell you I do have one or two. But there's one in particular that I don't say often to anyone. And that's that I was wrong. Dad, I was wrong about not going to college. Wrong about not having a backup plan. I love lobstering. And when I was just out of high school, I got rolling and I've been very successful. But it's been really risky. I didn't go to college and I took fishing for granted. And I don't really know how to do anything else. When I took my youngest son, Grant, out on the boat for the first time a few years ago, he absolutely loved it. I remember sitting in my captain's chair with him, and he fell asleep right away in my arms. He felt absolutely at home. I'd love for him to fish, to have him follow in my footsteps, as I did, and my father before me. But I just can't say with certainty that the lobster industry will be around that long. I see how much the business has changed with the right whale regulations and the changing water temperatures, and I'm afraid for the future of my industry. It's not that I won't let Grant fish. It's just I won't let Grant take fishing for granted. Dad, you were right. And even with that fear in the back of my mind, I still get up every day, I still put my boots on, and I still go out on that boat. I'm a generational fisherman, and there was only one thing I ever wanted to do: fish. It's in my blood.